to restore our purity, to restore our integrity, restore our strength. And so Allah says, فَمَنْ كَانَ مِنْكُمْ مَرِيضًا أَوْ عَلَى سَفَرٍ فَعِدَّةٌ مِّنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخَرٍ. He now gives us something of the law, that if you are ill, or if you are traveling, you are a traveler, you are on a journey, and as a consequence of being ill, there is hardship for fasting, and as a consequence of being a traveler, there is hardship in traveling, not a journey which takes 15 minutes or half an hour or 1 hour. That doesn't make you a traveler. It is the hardship in traveling that Allah is speaking about. There's a traveler, he's traveling with an animal. He's traveling with a camel or with a horse or with a donkey. And he has to travel for 3 days before he is considered to be a traveler. And so, فَمَنْ كَانَ مِنْكُمْ مَرِيدًا أَوْ عَلَى سَفَرٍ فَعِدَّةٌ مِّنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخَرٍ. Allah says, for you don't have to fast. Rather, you can fast at a later time when you have recovered from your illness or when you have completed your traveling. You'll make up for the fast of Ramadan at a later time. And then comes this extraordinary part of the ayah. وَعَلَى الَّذِينَ يُتِيقُونَهُ فِدْيَةٌ تَعَامُ مِسْكِينٍ. And those who are capable of it, يُتِيقُونَهُ. For those who are capable of it, for those who are able to do it, for example, you're able to afford it, there is a fidya. Fidya is a ransom, a sacrifice, that if you cannot fast, for example, instead of the fasting, ta'amu miskin. This, of course, is not applicable for the traveler, because he can fast at a later time. Not for the one who is ill, because he can fast when he's recovered from his illness. Allah is speaking therefore of those, another category, people who are permanently incapable of fasting, maybe because of age or chronic illness, whatever it may be. For these people, he says, there is a fidya. That is, instead of fasting, this sacrifice or this ransom is, you can feed the poor. Feed the poor instead of fasting, and that will be accepted by Allah. And so now, MashaAllah, look at this. The Quran has established a link between fasting and feeding the poor. And this is why I started by saying, it's not just those who are too old to fast or chronically ill and cannot fast. For this Ramadan, this is my opinion, and you should not accept my opinion until you're convinced that it is correct and worthy. I am suggesting, it's not the law, for this Ramadan, because of the lockdown around the world, if you're in Algeria and you're listening to me, if you're in Indonesia and you're listening to me, if you're in Bosnia and you're listening to me, I'm saying to you, for this Ramadan, everybody, all of us, not just those who are too old to fast, everybody should feed the poor, everybody. Every day that you prepare your meal for breaking the fast of Ramadan, remember the lockdown is taking place now around the world, and there are those who cannot work, cannot earn. The taxi driver, the one who is driving his rickshaw, the bicycle rickshaw, and every day he works to earn something, and with that money he's feeding his family. Now there are no passengers. There are no passengers. The one who is selling in the market, and the market is shut down, and she cannot earn anything. And so where is she going to get the money? Think about these people. And so every day in Ramadan, as you cook your food for you and your family, put aside part of the food and go find those who are in your area where you live who are poor, and go give the food to them every day of Ramadan, because Allah has made a link between fasting and feeding the poor. And then comes the next verse, which is 184, in which he says, شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن, that Ramadan is the month in which the Quran was sent down. هدى للناس. It was sent down as guidance. The Quran was sent down as guidance. And therefore the Quran must guide us in all matters wherein we need guidance. For example, buying and selling. In order to buy and to sell, you need money, you need a medium of exchange. So the Quran must explain to us what is money. Shall I repeat that? The Quran must explain to us what is money, because the Quran is guidance. And if we were faithful to the Quran, we would recognize what is happening in the world of money for the last 100, 200 years now. But the Darul Uloom has not recognized it. And when I point out this, there are some who get so annoyed with me, shouting at me, insulting me. The Darul Uloom does not recognize what is happening in the world of money. The world of money is being transformed before our very eyes, and the rope is being tied around our neck and is tightening. And for 20 or 25 years now I've been saying it, that this money that we've now been given by the modern Western world is bogus, it's fraudulent, it's utterly haram. It is a vehicle of exploitation and oppression and eventually enslavement of mankind. These are my words for the last 20, 25 years. Do you hear that from the Darul Uloom? And yet you get annoyed with me when I point out this? This Quran has come to guide us. So why don't they go to the Quran to look for the guidance? وَبَيِّنَاتٍ مِّنَ الْهُدَى. And the proof is there in the Quran that this is guidance. وَالْفُرْقَانِ. And this Quran is that which is to be used to separate that which is truth from falsehood, separate that which is valid from invalid and bogus, particularly as it obtains in money. In money, yes. What is valid money and what is bogus and fraudulent and haram money. The Quran should be able to tell them that, but the Darul Uloom, they eat the biryani and they go home and sleep on this subject. That is not to say that they don't have people with sincerity and dedication. Nobody ever denied that. But they are betraying the deen when you do not have the capacity or the inclination to go to the Quran to locate the guidance that it pertains, for example, to money. I can turn to so many other subjects. But this is what I wanted to say for today. This is what Allah has sent down in Ramadan. And he goes on to say that if you are on a journey, if you are ill, you can make up for it, the fasting on another time. يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ بِكُمُ الْيُسْرَ وَلَا يُرِيدُ بِكُمُ الْعُسْرَ. Allah does not want difficulty for you. He wants ease for you. So whenever there is hardship, He gives you a way out of it. وَلِتُكْمِلُ الْعِدَّةِ. And when you have completed the month of fasting, وَتُكَبِّرُ اللَّهَ عَلَى مَا هَدَاكُمْ. And when you have completed, then you must praise Allah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ. And you must be able to show gratitude to Allah. Gratitude to Allah. And so now a new law has come. A new law is promulgated, one compulsory month, consolidated month of fasting, and we thank Allah for that. Every follower of Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, are you listening to me? We thank Allah, we thank Him for giving us the month of Ramadan to fast one whole month. You must try to break the fast together. Mommy and papi and children should sit together. And at the time of breaking the fast, when you sit together to break the fast, after whole fasting for the whole day, the memories will remain, they will linger with that child all through his life. That this is how we had this joy, the happiness of sitting together as a family and breaking the fast. Don't deny your children that opportunity to build this storehouse of memories of the family coming together and breaking the fast together. May Allah bless all those now who during this Ramadan would not break the fast unless they had first taken out some of the food and given it to the poor every day of Ramadan, inshallah, because we've never had a Ramadan like this ever before in history. The first time, a universal lockdown all around the world. And so we must respond to this in this way by feeding the poor as we've never fed them before. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.